Alright guys, it's Shalon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and today I am here to do a review on Crusader Kings II by Paradox Interactive. Want to say right at the beginning, this is not an MMORPG. I am venturing out of my lane a little bit. You guys know that I like strategy games. Before I get into that, I do have to publicly disclose I was given a free copy of this game to evaluate. This is due to my work with Whovit. Whovit links up content creators with game makers. They give you a free copy of the game. You just have to post your review online. With that in mind, this is not an MMORPG. This is a standalone strategy game. I'm still going to review it using my standard 4 criteria. The first is graphics, and I'm going to say I'm really impressed with the graphics. These are really impressive, the level of details. The portraits could have maybe used a little bit more work, but I'm willing to, give that one a pass. I do want to put a special review out here for this game on the interface. This interface is not friendly at all. There's just too much going on at one time. I wish that it was like click into submenus. You guys will see it in just a second when we get into game. My second criteria is soundtrack, and I am very, very happy with the soundtrack. It is very well done. I'm a huge fan of medieval era music, so this game, the soundtrack helps draw you in. It is definitely not distracting. You're going to have enough distracting you. I actually find the music soothing. The game is very frustrating. It has a very high learning curve. But that music's going to draw you in. You're going to hear roosters going off. You're going to hear cows. It's going to make you feel like you're in the era, which is good because the immersion in Crusader Kings II is the best I've seen in a game. I love the fact that it's historically accurate. There are going to be events that happen in the game, and then you're going to get the little reminder that the era you're in or the region you're in doesn't like what happens, and it's going to say, and it is the Middle Ages after all. Big example of this is when you have a daughter and your country's laws are set up so that your daughter can inherit the throne. Not all of your nobles are going to like that. They're going to rebel a little bit because you had a daughter, and that's historically accurate. I love the fact that you're building a dynasty. You're not playing a country with an immortal ruler for like 8,000 years. This isn't Civilization where you're playing America and you have George Washington from 4000 BC up till when you colonize space. So it's as important and even more so important to establish a good dynasty, even if your country has to suffer a little bit in the short term to make the right deals. So this is really why I'm interested in getting into like a really long game. The problem is getting comfortable with the game has been rough. Now, ease of gameplay does not mean that the game is easy. It means is the game easy to learn and understand and control. And this game is a baptism by fire. There is so much going on, even in the tutorial, that the tutorial is almost less than helpful. There's so many icons on your screen at one time, as I mentioned, that I think it would have been better if they either took them all off the screen and added them in the tutorial, like, hey, over here is this, over here is this, here's how you get to this, and then at the end of the tutorial be like, and here's a bunch of other ones, but we gave you the basics. I actually had to Google a guide for this game because there's a lot of like idiosyncrasies that the game doesn't tell you, and it should. I'm going to give you an example of just one, and that is inbreeding. You can marry your cousin in the game. However, there is an inbred negative trait that will greatly hamper you should your children get it. The game should pretty much like tell you that, like, hey, warning, you're about to marry your cousin, but I guess it wants to take your knowledge of the real world to like the next level. Now, I'm about to drop in a game, but you're going to see the camera is going to shift to the lower left. There's going to be a bunch of icons in the upper right that I want you guys to see. Alright guys, so here we are inside Crusader Kings, and I'm sorry that I'm in the other corner. Like I said, you can see all these icons up here. There's icons here, there's icons here, there's icons over here. There are literally icons everywhere. You can hear a little bit of that music in the background. I really, really do enjoy the music. I love the fact that you can get these levels of detail. All over the world. I think this is exceptionally well done, and it is accurate. I mean, there's France, you got the Iberian Peninsula, there's the Byzantine Empire. Let me turn this down just a touch. There we go. As you can see, the interface is not gotten all the love. It's not shiny, it's not flashy, but it's solid, it's there. You got here's those portraits that I was talking about. I think they're satisfactory. I just think that maybe a little bit more could have gone into them. Big things, man. You got you've got your heir. You start off in the tutorial. Your heir is your brother, and you start trying to figure out, like, you start trying to figure out where you're supposed to go from here. When you unpause the game, it is gonna kind of spoon feed you a little bit, but such as like choosing an ambition, the icon, it's like choose this. So yeah, if you click on the portrait, it's going to give you more information of King Alfonso VI of Leon, and you got that. Just tons of menus. I mean, look at all these menus. So like laws, I was talking about those laws and who can inherit, and your vassals are going to be happy with you or not. Then it's gonna occasionally feed you, like, this is the tutorial, remember, this is just the tutorial. It's gonna say learning scenario. In the same screen, you can also see your ambition, your attributes and talents. You can also have an ambition. The thing is that you come over to this slide and you're like, all right, it doesn't really tell me. It's like, I know that's this now because I've cursored over it and there's your ambition, but it would have been nice if instead of this, they had done like slide 1, slide 2. So you can also see your attributes and traits, and then on the next slide been like, and you probably want to choose an ambition. And then, like I said, I don't like the interface. You click on choose an ambition and it just slides it over. Doesn't really help you out. So there's that. We're going to choose get married. So I desire to get married. Now I come down here and I'm going to arrange a marriage. And as we look, here is the opinion of yes. Here is the opinion, and here are the stats. Now, just getting into this, man, there are, like, look at all the different things on the screen right now. And this is just early on. This is just early on talking about arranging your marriage. The game doesn't really tell you, it doesn't really tell you a lot of the things that are going on. And if I can find the one, underhanded rogue, like this time, my cousin's not here as an option. Last time, right off the bat, I had a level 20, a plus 20 opinion. So yeah, guys, like I said, there is so much going on right out of the box. If you like strategy games like Civilization, I highly recommend this to you. You're absolutely gonna love it. Let's jump back in to close this show up so I can get back to this gem of a game. So the big question is, do people play it? Well, Crusader Kings II did have a really strong peak. It peaked out at 140,000 copies. I could understand why. It's a really good game. I can also understand why it's fallen off. It is not an easy game to play. You really, really want to love the game. It's just really hard to do. If you want a challenge, this game is going to give it to you. I am stoked. The family's going to be gone here on a 3-day weekend. I'm kind of in between MMOs. I'm going to be able to get my pizza. I'm going to be able to sit down, just focus on a really long game if I can get comfortable with it. I'm really looking forward to getting a multi-generational dynasty going on. I think there's too much going on right at first. Like I said, you got to ease people into it a little bit, get them comfortable. This is definitely a game I could see people walking away from, just like, nope, I'm done. I do love that it's historically based. I think the detail is the key selling point to the game. I just wish there was a better way to get us there. It looks high priced at $39.99, but I did the price point comparison for you. Civ 6 is going to be $60. Total War Rome 2 is going to be $60. And then Endless Space 2, if space is your genre, would be $39.99. And Endless Space 2 is pretty complex as well. So I think it's priced competitively against its peers. So if you're gonna balk at the price, it's cheaper than Civ and Total War. And that's it, guys. I am stoked to be able to get into this game more at a later date, and when I do, once I can play it comfortably, I'll probably throw it on there in a stream one day and just hang out, showcasing this. If you want to talk about it, get any questions, feel free to jump on my Discord and ask, shoot me an email, swing by my Twitch, and as always, thank you to my great patrons at Patreon. Just today I was able to give away a gift card during my show because these guys give me just a little bit of money, and then I always turn that money back to my community. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do a little more on this game tonight, and then I'm going to get this video in a post, so you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hey! Where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? There's videos up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.